What's good, YouTube? American RX at it again. Shout out to the subscribers, the viewers. Thank you for viewing. Appreciate it. This evening we're gonna be building on Requerimento, right? 1510. Requerimento pronouncement to be read by Spanish conquerors to defeat Indians. Okay. Let's get to it. The requirement was written in 1510 by Council of Castile. Be read aloud as an ultimatum to conquered Indians in the Americas. It asserted that religious authority of the Roman Catholic Pope over the entire earth and the political authority of Spain over the Americas. Okay, so this is what they had planned out. Okay, except Brazil from the 1493 Papal Bull that divided the Western Hemisphere between Spain and Portugal. Right, so when I said it was chopping up over here and dishing it out, that's what they was doing colonization, right? They divided the land up, right, and give it to the landmass, and they create their separate jurisdictions, all right, on the land. Okay, they demanding that the conquered peoples accept Spanish rule and Christian preaching or risk subjugation. Okay, so this explains the paper genocide. This explains the your grandparents were scared to say they were Indians, all of that. Okay, because this is where it all began, right? Enslavement, right, and death. Often the Requerimento was read in Latin to Indians with no interpreters present. So how can you be into a contract and the other party to the contract have no knowledge of what is written? Much like the contracts of today, much of them written in legalese, the same Latin, right? It looks like English, but it's not, right? So that makes the contract null and have no effect, right? Are even delivered from the shipboard to an empty beach, revealing its prime purpose as self-justification for the Spanish invaders. All right, bear in mind, it's invaded by Spanish. On the part of King Don Fernando and of Doña Juana, his daughter, Queen of Castile and Leon, subduers of the barbarous nations, we their servants notify and make known to you as best we can the Lord our God, living and eternal, created the heaven and the earth, and one man and one woman. All the men of the world and our descendants, and all those who came after us, but on account of the multitude which has sprung from this man, the woman in the 5,000 years since the world was created. Right? So this is where their assumption that the world's earth was created 5,000 years ago. Right? This is their theory. Okay? It was necessary that some men should go one way and some another, that they should be divided into many kingdoms and provinces, for in one alone they could not be sustained. All these nations God our Lord gave charge to one man, our Saint Peter, okay, that he should be Lord and superior of all the men in the world, that all should obey him, and that he should be the head of the whole human race, wherever men should live, no matter whatever law, sect, or belief they should be, and he gave him the world for his kingdom and jurisdiction. Okay, so Saint Peter, right, one of the 12 apostles, right? So he was the same. It's over here in a side note. It says Saint Peter, one of the 12 apostles of Christ. Okay, considered the first pope of the Roman Catholic Church. All right, commanded him to place his seat in Rome as the spot most fitting to rule the world from. Right? Pretty sure this is a Nicene Council, but also he permitted him to have his seat in any other part of the world, and to judge and govern all Christians, Moors, Muslims, Jews, Gentiles, and all other sects. This man was called Pope, and if to say admirable great father, governor of men. So they claim jurisdiction over the whole earth, and no one rebuts it. Okay, you gotta rebut all this stuff. Ain't no man have jurisdiction over another man without his consent. Okay, as if to say admirable great father, governor of men, the man who lived in that time of great sin, that Saint Peter, and took him for a Lord King and superior of the universe. So also they have regarded the others who after him have been elected the pontificate, and so has it been continued even till now, and will continue till the end of the world. Okay? One of these pontiffs, popes, who succeeded that Saint Peter as Lord of the world in the dignity and seat which I have before mentioned, made donations to these isles. Here are firm, right? The aforesaid king and queen, their successors, for Lord recall that there are in these territories, as in contained in certain writings which pass upon the subject of, as aforesaid, which you can see if you wish. Okay? So their highnesses are kings and lords of these islands and land of terra firm by virtue of this donation. And some islands, and indeed almost all of those who this has been notified, have received. See? So they claim that they notified everyone that they're going to take over, right? They just came here, no one consent, they just claim they notified everybody, and everybody must take suit, follow, right? Serve their highness as lords and kings in the way that subjects ought to do, goodwill, without any resistance, immediately, without delay. And they were informed of the aforesaid facts, and also they received and obeyed the priests whom their highnesses sent to preach to them. So preach to them, right? So they send the priests, the preachers, the Jesuits, okay? They received and teach them our holy faith, and all these, their own free will, without any reward or condition, have become Christians, and are so, and their highnesses have joyfully and benignantly received them, and also have commanded them to be treated as their subjects and vassals. Right? Remember I did the dig on vassals. Well, a vassal is from the feudal system, and you too are held and obliged to do the same. Wherefore, as best we can, we ask and require that you consider what we have said to you, and that you take the time that shall be necessary to understand and deliberate upon it, and that you acknowledge the church as the ruler and superior of the whole world, and the high priest called Pope. Okay? These are the declarations that they've been making since they got over here. Okay? To jack our shit. And that you acknowledge the church as the ruler superior of the world, and high priest called Pope, and in his name, the king and the queen Juana, or lords, in his place as superiors and lords and kings of these islands, and this terra firm by virtue of said donation, that you consent and give place that these religious fathers should declare and preach to you aforesaid. Okay? Like I said, consequences of submitting to Spanish rule, freedom from enslavement, forced conversion, and many privileges and exemptions. Okay? If you do so, you will do well, and that which you are obliged to do, your highness, and we in their name shall receive you in all love, charity, shall leave you, your wives, your children, and your lands free without servitude. Okay? So the deal breaker was to become Christian, right? So this is how your whole Christian conversion to Christianity came from, right? It's a Catholic that created this dogma, right? And the deal breaker is to become Christians and they leave us alone, right? And you may do with them and with yourselves freely that which you like and think best. They shall not compel you to turn Christians unless you yourselves, when informed of the truth, should wish to be converted to our Holy Catholic faith. So that goes for your Jehovah's Witnesses, all these people, right? That like to convince that if you don't convert, you're gonna go to hell, right? That's what they say. Almost all the inhabitants of the rest of the islands have done, right? And I know by this time, paper genocide is on the switcheroo, right? Because when you convert to Christian, they put you on the vestry. The vestry is like the church, right? Part of the church where they record they register you, right? And besides this, their highnesses award you many privileges and exemptions and will grant you many benefits, okay? Like your social security. Consequences of resisting Spanish rule, war and civil, forced conversion, and all mischief and damage that we can do, okay? But if you do not do this and maliciously make delay in it, I certify to you that with the help of God we shall powerfully enter in your country and shall make war against you in all ways and manners, okay? That we can, and shall subject you to the yoke and obedience of the church and of their highnesses. We shall take you and your wives and your children and shall make slaves of them, okay? So what are you talking about when you talk about slavery? What are you really saying? What are they really saying? Okay? They're talking about us, the Indians over here, alright? And as such shall sell and dispose of them as their highnesses may command. We shall take away your goods and shall do you all the mischief, damage that we can, which they're still doing today. The paper genocide, identity theft, all that is still going on. As to vassals who do not obey and refuse to receive their lord, okay, and resist and contradict him, and we protest that the debts, the loss and losses which shall accrue from this are your fault, right? Not that of their highnesses or ours, nor of these cavaliers who come with us, and that we have said this to you and made this requisition. We request the notary here present give us his testimony in writing, and we ask the rest to who are present they should be witnesses of this requisition. Okay? So now, let's give you a wider perspective of what we're dealing with, even to this day. Okay? Any questions? Because everything is documented, and this is from European presence in North America, 1492, 1690. Okay, that's the time frame for this document. National Humanities Center Source Toolbox. All right. Very interesting. Political justification for Spain's authority in the Americas. Right? Terra firma continent, firm land. Okay, that's what they used to call the Americas, terra firma. Right? Saint Peter, one of the 12 apostles. So you gotta understand what's going on. This is a religious war. It always was a religious war, because religious is synonymous with politics. Okay, sanctions. All right. They sanction a lot of our cultural practices, forbid us to even say certain words. Okay, so speak our own languages. This is why we are tied up in this this gibberish language, this Babel language. Okay, so yeah, it's something to dig on. Thanks for viewing. Peace out. You know what I'm saying?